I think AI is about to create the largest wave of bad websites we've ever seen. Not because the technology is bad, because it's getting really good. That's the part nobody seems to be talking about. A business owner can sit down tonight, type a few prompts into an AI tool, and have a website live before they finish their coffee. A home page, services page, contact form, maybe even some testimonials. Everything looks professional. Everything loads properly. Everything appears finished. And that's exactly the problem. Because a website can look finished while accomplishing absolutely nothing. A lot of business owners are about to learn the difference between having a website and having a website that actually works. And what's interesting is that I don't think web designers should be worried about this at all. I think somebody else should. We'll get to that in a minute. I've been building websites for over 20 years, long enough to watch every prediction come and go. I understand why people are worried. Honestly, they should be. AI is impressive. If you told me 10 years ago that a business owner could describe their company in a paragraph and receive an entire website back in minutes, I probably wouldn't have believed you. That's remarkable. But there's a hidden assumption buried inside all the fear. People assume building the website was the bottleneck. For many businesses, it wasn't. The bottleneck was figuring out what to say. Who are you trying to attract? What makes you different? Why should someone trust you? What problem are you solving? Those questions existed before AI. They still exist after AI. The software can generate paragraphs. That doesn't mean those paragraphs mean anything. And that's where things start getting interesting, because AI is becoming very good at creating something that sounds professional. Professional isn't the same thing as persuasive. I've been looking at a lot of AI-generated content lately, and after a while it starts feeling familiar, not because it's identical, because it all sounds like it's coming from the same place. We are committed to excellence. We provide innovative solutions. We prioritize customer satisfaction. You could swap company names and never notice. Imagine walking through a shopping mall where every store had the same sign, the same sales pitch, the same personality, the same promise. That's what a lot of the internet is starting to look like. Not because AI lacks intelligence, because business owners are asking vague questions and getting vague answers. The technology is reflecting the input it receives, and most businesses haven't spent enough time understanding themselves. So they generate websites that are technically correct, but emotionally invisible. Actually, I think the biggest story here has nothing to do with websites. It's about what happens when everybody gains access to the same tools. For years, building a website required technical knowledge. Now, it doesn't. That advantage is disappearing, but something else is happening at the exact same time. Attention is becoming harder to earn. Trust is becoming harder to earn. Differentiation is becoming harder to earn. The easier it becomes to publish, the harder it becomes to stand out. And that creates a strange situation. Businesses are celebrating because launching has become easier. Meanwhile, being noticed is becoming more difficult. Those two trends are moving in opposite directions, and I think that's where a lot of people are about to get blindsided. You want to know who should be worried about AI? Not web designers. The people who should be worried are businesses that believe their website is the business. Because AI is exposing something that was already true. The website was never the competitive advantage. The strategy was. The positioning was. The understanding of customers was. The offer was. The trust was. A mediocre business with AI still has a mediocre business. A great business with AI just moves faster. That's a very different conversation. And I know some people will disagree with this, but I think we're entering a period where understanding people becomes more valuable than understanding software. The software keeps getting easier. People remain complicated. That isn't changing anytime soon. What's fascinating is that many web designers are having the wrong panic attack. They're worried about AI building pages. Meanwhile, The bigger opportunity is opening right in front of them. Business owners don't need another person dragging boxes around a screen. The software can already help with that. What many business owners actually need is somebody who can ask good questions, questions they haven't asked themselves. Why are customers buying from competitors? Why aren't visitors contacting you? Why does your homepage sound exactly like everyone else? Why is your traffic not converting? Those conversations are worth more than choosing fonts. They're worth more than choosing colors. And they're definitely worth more than arguing about where a button should go. The value is moving upstream, away from production, toward thinking, toward strategy, toward understanding. A year from now, I think we're going to see something funny. Millions of AI-generated websites sitting quietly on the internet. Beautiful, professional, polished, and ignored. Not because AI failed, because the business owner solved the wrong problem. They built the website. They never built the message. That's a completely different project. If you've launched an AI-generated website, I'm genuinely curious. What happened afterward? Did it help? Did leads increase? Did anything actually change? I'd love to hear real experiences, because I think we're still in the early chapters of this story. When people talk about AI and websites, the conversation usually revolves around replacing web designers. I think that's the wrong question. The better question is this: what part of business remains valuable when everyone has access to the same technology? That's the question that interests me. Because AI is rapidly removing technical barriers, and when barriers disappear, human differences become more visible. The businesses that understand their customers will stand out. The businesses that communicate clearly will stand out. The businesses that know exactly what they do and who they serve will stand out. Everyone else will have a website, and that's not the same thing. So no, I don't think AI is creating a web design apocalypse. I think it's creating a giant stress test. A test that asks a simple question. When the technology becomes easy, do you actually know what your business stands for? That's the question AI can't answer for you. At least not yet. And if you would like more tips on running a smooth, profitable web design business, please like this video and hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out on any valuable tips. My name is Fabio Peters. Until next time, take care.